to titaniumtalarstarot, and today I will be doing a how can you help yourself, others, and the world this week video. Alright, so for this I'll be using some concepts from Superconscious Education brought to us by Chris Duncan. I will also be using an oracle deck I wrote myself, which I named the Action Oracle, this one. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, let's get into the cards and concepts. Alright, so the first group of individuals I will be pulling for are my perfectionists. Alright, the individuals who intuitively know how things should be done in order for them to turn out great. So, please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my perfectionists. Please come forward and share what should they expect. How can they help themselves this week? Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good. Oi, too many. Who has a message for my perfectionists? Please come forward and share how they can help themselves this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message. And you got adjust your method. Okay? That is for how my perfectionists can help themselves. Maybe the way that you are doing things in regards when it comes to you is not necessarily the best. I don't know. I would suggest you adjust your method. Okay. So, now how can my perfectionists help others? Why am I shuffling again? How you can help others, my perfectionists, manifest. What are your thoughts about this subject? Think about how it makes you feel. Okay? So what I'm getting from that is like mentor others, how you manifested what you wanted, how you got to where you got to, how they can get to where they want to, that type of thing. So now how can my perfectionists help the world? And you got let go of, overlook. Let go of, overlook. Let go of, overlook what? Let go of and overlook how the world is not necessarily complying. Why don't I show you my paper? Not necessarily complying to your specifications or the methodology that you've set out in front of them of how to get what they want. You can't really do anything about how others do something. You can only do something about how you perceive it. So if you really want to help them the best way possible, it would be to mentor them and to point them in the right direction. Not by telling them that they're doing a bad job, but like asking questions, seeing if they get it, and seeing if they get it, and seeing if there's something that you can say or do to reorient them and direct them in the right perspective. Okay, so now on to my helpers, the individuals who intuitively know how to assist anyone in any situation at any given time. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my helpers, please come forward and share how they can help themselves, others, and the world this week. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my helpers, please come forward and share how they can help themselves this week. Please, God, angels, and guides. Let me just do this. Okay. And you got look for something new. How you can help yourself is going towards something new, a new way of doing things, or a new thing altogether. Right? Now, you are going to be Excuse me. I'm moving a lot of energy, I see. When I start yawning, that's my indication. Because I was fine before. Anyway, so look for something new in regards to, it could be in regards to who you're hanging out with, in regards to what you're doing, in regards to what you like, in regards to how you're doing what you like, or things of that nature, right? Guess to bring a little spice into the activity that you enjoy so much, but for some reason has become monotonous and boring at this point. Okay, my helpers? So now, how can my helpers help others? Love yourself. Show them the amazing things that happen when you love yourself first. Right? Show them the amazing things that you can do by loving yourself first. Alright? So, that's that. Now, how can my helpers help the world? Take into consideration. Take into consideration from where they are coming from, what they are thinking about, what perspective to talk to them about, that type of thing. So that was it for my helpers. Now on to my achievers, the individuals who intuitively know how to set goals and go about achieving them one by one. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my achievers, please come forward and share how can they help themselves this week. We got a big packet set of cards. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my achievers, please come forward and share one card for how they can help themselves this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my achievers, please come forward and share one card for how they can help themselves this week. And you got Eat Out. Excuse me. I'm really moving some energy. So, my achievers, eat out because I feel like you have a packed week, or because it'd be easier to arrange your meetings that way. Plus less hassle, less work, less cleanup. Cleanup on aisle 2 is what I heard. Now, how can my achievers help others? Dumbfound and surprise. Dumbfound and surprise. Let's see. I feel like, yet again, how you can help yourself is eat out so that you don't have less things to take care of, less details to think about and whatnot. If you are a coach, okay, because I thought of my coach. If you are a coach, I feel like you dumbfounding and surprising people is going to be the best way to help them, because, if you're a coach, you want them to see you as someone that who knows, whose knowledge they want to gain from, right? So you want to be able to surprise them, and not just surprise them by how much you know, but surprise them by the way that you're approaching their issue. So is to give them a different perspective that they haven't thought of yet, which is what I do with my mentees. I number one, I always use what's pattern interrupts. I make them laugh so hard, you have no idea. It's quite satisfying. But other than that, they come to me with their issues, and I'm like, well, so first I do a pattern interrupt, then they're like, whoa, what just happened? And then I come in and the last bit, I just put in my 2 cents. I give them my wacky way of thinking, my different perspective, and they're like, oh, I've never thought of that. Or at least I never thought of that from that perspective. Interesting. Maybe I should stay with her a little longer. That type of thing. So I feel like you being able to laugh, make them feel like, whoa, what just happened? And then because of that, being like, I have a whole nother way of looking at things, and like, oh, I never thought of that. I don't know. So that's what came to mind. Now, how can my achievers help the world? Be patient and nurture. I feel like... Alright, I'm going to give you another example of my other mentee. Okay, so I've met her. I met her last September. And, well, I kept in touch with her. And, like, slowly, like, really slowly but surely, because I saw a lot of potential in her, but really slowly but surely did she, like, make moves, like, did she come forth, right? So I feel like be patient and nurture, because in the long run, this, like, a specific individual is going to turn out to your benefit, but it will take some time. And so you might feel like throwing in the towel a couple of times, which I mean to say is probably your ego talking, which at that point you need to look at yourself and check yourself before you wreck yourself. But what I'm saying is that if you take it as a learning experience and you grow from it, I mean, what amazing things can come of it, because I have created a very like, this bond that I created with this mentee of mine is quite interesting. Now she no longer second guesses everything I say. She actually takes into consideration. It's like, oh, that's interesting, I never thought of it that way. And then ponders it, so I'm just giving you an idea. So now on to my individualists. The individuals who, the achievers, I don't think I said. Perfectionists are the ones who intuitively know how things should be done in order for them to turn out great. The helpers are the ones who intuitively know how to assist anyone in any situation. The achievers are the ones who like to set goals and go about achieving them one by one. And the individualists are the individuals who intuitively know what to put in the center of attention, how long to keep it there, for what reason, and with what purpose. Okay? So there's like the actors, the celebrities, the things, people who are in the public's eye more often than not. Right? So please, God, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my individualists, please come forward and share how can they help themselves this week. Please, God, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good. And I saw Viggo Mortensen in my mind, so that might be of note. Just saying. Now, for how the individualists can help themselves, I got follow your intuition. And I do have to say that the two movies, well, the two I've seen Viggo Mortensen in were the one with Sandra Bullock, where they were, I can't remember exactly when, 28 days, I'm not sure. They were like in rehab at some point, I think. Don't quote me on that. Well, right. Now, the other one was Lord of the Rings, of course. Hello. Duh. But I'm just saying, maybe, and Viggo Mortensen is an individualist in a way, because he is in the public's eye when he plays in video and movies and whatnots. But yes, actually, I should write that down. Viggo Mortensen. I hope I spelled his name right. I'll check. Okay, wait. Okay. So, individualists have won. Now, how can my individualists help others? Set boundaries. Is there a fan or fans who are like going a bit too far? Pushing your boundaries? No pun intended. And, well, I mean, I did that today. I set a boundary, and this person respected it, so that was good. I felt like I respected myself. Yes, so that was nice. Now, how can my individualists help the world this week? We got value. Now, this could be, what are your values? What do you value? And I mean, you can make a podcast. You can make, you can have an interview. You can just do a vlog or blog, what have you. You know, about what your what your values are, what you find important. Maybe other people might find importance in that. I don't know. Now, so that was it for my individualists. Now on to my investigators, the individuals who intuitively know what to research, where to research it, how to research it, and for how long and with what methodology, right? So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my investigators, please come forward and share how they can help themselves this week. And you got trust in the magic of the universe. Trust. Are you looking for answers and you're not finding it, and you are getting curt and short with God? And you're like, why are you not giving me my answer? Just trust that everything is going to work out, and you will find the answers that you seek in due time. Right? Maybe your research is not going farther because right now is not the time for this research, this particular research, to be put out into the world, because people are not quite ready to hear it, to think along those lines, and so on and so forth. Interesting. Now on to my loyalists, the individuals who intuitively know how things should be done in order for them. No. Wrong. Okay, my loyalists are the ones who intuitively know what to stay loyal to, how long to stay loyal to it, with what, for what reason, and so on and so forth. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my loyalists, please come forward and share what they could do to help themselves this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone from the highest good, and you got, just be authentic. Just be yourself. So that, you know, others can see the real you. Maybe some of them feel like you're not being yourself and this is just a front. And in which case, I mean, you don't need to explain anything, but like, just set the scene. Put them at ease. Let them know why you're doing something specifically so that they know why you're doing things this way, right? So that's how you can help yourself. How can you help others? You got trust the process. In due time, it will get clearer. It will make sense. So my loyalists, if you're authentic with the people you surround yourself with, and if you slowly but surely, okay, like, talk about what it is that you appreciate, not in the way that you're being overbearing and you're like, if you don't do this, I will not do that, right? Something along those lines. Like, I won't be your friend because you're not doing this, or like, I can't be with people like this because they don't do so and so. You know, that kind of thing. I hope that makes sense. If not, ask questions. It'll be my pleasure to answer. Okay. Well, numerology. This would be number 7 because it is a 61. So in numerology, you would add up the numbers, which would break down to a 7. Okay. I don't know why that was relevant, but for someone it was. Okay. So, now how can my loyalists help the world? You got respect. Trust the process and respect where people are at, because if you disrespect where they are at and the speed at which they want to get to what you are loyal to, you will lose them very easily, very quickly, like that. Okay, so just let them be, let them come to you, let them, let them take their time, is what I'm getting. Now, on to my enthusiasts. Okay, so now on to my enthusiasts. The individuals who intuitively know what to be enthusiastic about, how to get others enthusiastic about it as well, and so on and so forth. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my enthusiasts, please come forward and share how they can help themselves this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good. I guess. Okay, so be satisfied. And with the sirens, I don't know if you hear it, but I mean, these sirens are blaring. So, like, I'm getting that this is like confirmation. Be satisfied with what you got. Be satisfied now so that you can attract more of what you want to you. Because if you don't do this, you might not get what it is you want ever. Okay, my enthusiasts, be satisfied with where you're at so that you can attract more to you. That's how the law of attraction works. You attract to you what you currently are. Okay? Yeah. So now, how can my enthusiasts help others? Confide in them. But confide what? I am getting use the tarot. my mini deck. That's the image I got. So, please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my enthusiasts, please come forward and clarify. What do you mean by confide? Please come forward and share. Why confide what? Confide what? Should be my question. Confide what? Confide your process, because you got the Seven of Pentacles, which would basically, people are like, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? How did you do it? Confide and tell others how you did it. Your process, for this tree, his process was I planted a seed, I watered it, cultivated it, and fertilized it, and watered it, cultivated it, and fertilized it, and took out the bugs, and made sure that it was all healthy and stuff, so that these pentacles can grow on it. That's what I did. And people are like, nah, it's too easy. Yeah, because that is easy, because it's simple step process to get to that. But it's not, like, it's simple. That's what it is. I think people might be like, it's super simple. Are you sure that's it? Like, yeah. Success is simple. Not easy. Simple, yes. Not easy is what I'm getting. Okay, so now how can my enthusiasts help the world? You got flow downstream, right? Flow with what is easier. Don't be like the salmon who flow upstream. Yeah, man, those fish, they epitomize okay, what it means to get what's the word? They epitomize, okay, what it means to have an end goal in mind, because they swim upstream to get to where they, their breeding ground. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're aiming towards. Their breeding ground. That's what they want. That's what they're going to get. So keep in mind what it is you want. But flow with the water. Flow with. If you're a salmon, okay, the flowing with is a part of going against the current, because that's just what your DNA is programmed to do. Go against the current. I guess it's a sign. If you get the end result, that's a sign that you made it and you are a good partner to have, inseminate the other fish's eggs. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, flow with. That is what I got for you guys, my enthusiasts. Now, on to my protectors. Okay, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my protectors, please come forward and share. Okay, so I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from this love that's so self-satisfied out of me. I'm not sure if I'm singing it right. I want to break free. God knows I want to break free. Queen. Oi. I'm falling in love. I'm falling in love for the first time. There you go. Okay. So, ascend or help to ascend. Mentorship. Very interesting. So my protectors, okay, and the protectors are the individuals who intuitively know what to protect, how long to protect it for, and with what for what reason, right? So, well, mentorship would be okay. So mentorship would be at play here, because if you have mentees, you are trying to help them ascend, or you're trying to help them ascend, right? The second part of this thing, because I have ascend and or help them help to ascend. So my protectors, you are trying to keep them safe in their mind, so that they can ascend at the right time. Because if they ascend too quickly, they might squander their chance, or what have you. So you're making sure that they are doing everything at the right time, so that they are well equipped for what they actually want to achieve. Okay? So now, how can my protectors help others? Mix up. Well, if we continue with the idea of mentorship, I feel like sometimes you need to do a pattern interrupt. Like, yeah, make sure that your mentee's like, what the hell just happened? You know? Surprise them is what I'm getting. Okay. Now, the next one is how my protectors can help the world. Oh, that is, wow, a lot. Okay. We got rewrite your story, affirmation wise. Rewrite your story, affirmation wise. Again, to help the world, again, I'm getting the idea of mentees. So to help your mentees put themselves in the right frame of mind, I think that utilizing affirmations would be beneficial, but you have to make sure that you preface that by saying that you need to make sure that when you say affirmations, you are in the state of mind of that affirmation you want to create. As in, don't be like, I am super happy, when you feel like shit, okay? Or that you say all these things that you want to create, but you feel like you can't achieve them because of XYZ, right? I don't know why, but that's what's popping into my mind. Okay, so that was it for my protectors. So now on to the last group, my chameleons, the individuals who intuitively know what intuitive style to use in any given situation. Okay, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone from highest good who has a message for my chameleons, how can they help themselves this week? And you gotta follow it. It says recraft, repurpose, rebrand. Recraft, repurpose, rebrand. Okay. So my my chameleons, the way that you can assist yourself is to take something that you've done in the past and like rework it, rephrase it, something along those lines. Okay, so Now, how can my chameleons help others? Wrap a present. Well, we are close to Christmas. The Catholic Christmas, because there are other Christmases, right? Different types of Christianity have different moments where they celebrate Christmas. Now, how can my chameleons help the world? Align with. Moving energy. Okay, so if you want the world to know what you're doing, if you want the world to think along the lines of what you want it to, along your lines, you need to align with them so that they can see that you're not just there to for your gains. You're actually there to help them ascend, or to help them move up, to help them, well, I mean, the mentorship card came up prior, but align with just makes me think of, if you want, because I had this specific person in mind when I said that, and he is a chameleon in my mind, okay? So he basically knows what intuitive style to use in any given situation, but he would use that to his advantage, and that's why I no longer interact with him as much. So align with them so that they know that you're not just there for you. You're actually there to interact with them and have a relation. Okay, because the relation is a two-way street. It's not just a one-way street where you are happy and the other person is not so happy. So that's what I got for you guys, okay? So, my gorgeous triple series, this is all that I have for you guys tonight for this video series. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple series, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next Sunday, okay? Bye.